Are you aware that social media addiction can affect your relationships? Did you know that there are relationships, there are families, there are marriages that are really affected because of social media addiction? We are doing a series on social media addiction and how it leads to depression. So if you want to be at par with us, please go and watch the previous episodes so that you catch up with us. And if it's okay for you to continue from where we are, you're well updated, then it's fine. Stay tuned for more. Today, I want us to finalize on the signs and symptoms of social media addiction, or just to look at how do you know that you are addicted to social media. Because there are people who are just on their gadgets, they're on their laptops, but they are not really aware that they are addicted to those gadgets or that phone that they are having. So it's very, very important to know if you are addicted to it, and even be able to pinpoint the signs and symptoms of that addiction. Because someone said that the first step of healing, or the first step of redemption, is awareness. I want us to be aware of these signs so that we help ourselves and also help our friends and our relatives. We become a better community. Now, this is the other side, impact on relationships, okay? I'll expound on it more. There are people who prefer social media or online interactions over face-to-face conversations. There are people who will just prefer to be on their phones. They start with WhatsApp, they chat, they go to Instagram, they go to TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, and all the other platforms. And by the end of their 3 hours or 2 hours session, they feel fulfilled, in their hearts that they have interacted with people. But is that the right way? Is that how it's supposed to be? Remember, there is an episode we did and we said that as human beings, we are created to be social beings. And the way we are wired, we need to have interactions, physical interactions, face-to-face conversations with people. But now when you realize you have a problem with interacting with people, but you are okay being online and interacting with people on your screens or on the other side of your phone, then there is a very huge problem, okay? And this can really impact your relationships where you are. Maybe you have your siblings, you're in a marriage setup, or, you're raising kids and all that kind of thing. You will always hear them arguing or raising an issue. Mami, unashindanga kwa simu. Oh, so and so. You are always on your phone. And those are arguments that are very unnecessary. Just because you don't have a healthy habit or a healthy lifestyle of balancing your online presence and your presence in your relationships or the places where you're living or the people who are around you. That is a very huge sign that is showing that you have an addiction on social media, and you really, really need to be aware of it. And under that, you'll also realize you're missing some important things in your family lives or in people who are around you. There is, let's say, a birthday experience, because you are not up to date with what is going on in your life and the people around you, or maybe just to sum it up, your environment, because you are so much into your gadgets. You don't even know when your child's birthday is. You don't even remember, the important experiences in your children's lives or in your siblings' lives or in your family people's lives. Why? Because you are so much into social media. So you're missing out on those important experiences, and that will affect the people around you because they'll feel like you don't care. They will feel like you don't prioritize them, and maybe that is not the truth. The truth is you are just concentrating, on something different that has caught up your attention so much, and you've gotten glued to it so much that this other side is hurting because of the addiction that is bringing the imbalance in your relationship. So it is very important that we watch out on this kind of sign, how it impacts your relationships and the environment around you. Now, another sign is sleeping problems. Okay, there are people who just feed that craving, that wants more of what is happening, more of the comments, more of the, likes, more of the views and all that kind of thing. So they end up spending a larger part of their lives, or their time, to be precise, on social media, and they even forget that they need to balance their sleep. Okay, so this makes them stay up too late because they keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling on their phones until they sleep past midnight, and they're required to wake up very early and maybe go to work. Okay, and some people, they wake up during the night just to check up on their phones. Yani mtu ameamka saa 7 ya usiku anakumbuka, kuna fulani nilikuwa na chat na yeye and I forgot to respond, or I dozed off before I responded to the conversation that we are having. So they wake up usiku wa manane just to respond to a text, or just to continue where they stopped before they slept. Okay, so they are interfering with their sleep pattern just because they can't put their phone aside, walale kwanza, waamke the next day, and then they continue or pick up the conversations from where they left. Okay, and when social media addiction affects your sleeping pattern or affects your sleep, then it means that your productivity itashuka. It means that even your body will tend to feel tired the next day because you've engaged your mind all through the night and you haven't had enough sleep. And you're required the next day to be very productive, wake up early, and make sure you take care of your responsibility. So this addiction really affects, it takes, even your sleep. That is how bad it is if we don't watch out and if we are not cautious about it. Now, the last one, this is more physical. We've mentioned the impact on our relationships. That makes you now, have issues with people around you. They bring up arguments, why are you so much on your phone? Why can't you make tea without checking your phone? That kind of thing. And now it goes into your sleeping patterns. They are affected. And once your sleeping patterns are affected, it means you're not getting enough sleep. Then it means your body will feel so tired. This brings about strain. This brings about constant headaches. This brings about eye strain. Okay? Remember, when you are on your laptop or when you are on your phone, most of the time, that phone has a light. Okay? So it means your eyes inashinda tu kwa hiyo mwangaza. And within no time, you find that you have an eye problem because most of the time uko kwa simu, most of the time uko kwa laptop, and maybe the contents that you're watching ziko pia na different light variations, which kind of also affect your eyes in some way without you even knowing. So you end up having eye strain, eye problem maybe, you have constant headaches without knowing it is the addiction. Then another one that I have seen that is so common is the back pain or the neck pain. So unashinda tu kwa laptop kumeka, una scroll and all that. You're not doing anything productive, just looking for motion and entertaining yourself almost the whole day. It will definitely affect your back. It will affect your neck in some way because it's a result of too much screen time, okay? Then it means because you are on your screen most of the time, you'll have reduced physical activity. Utatembea saa ngapi? You know, when will you do some physical exercise? When will you engage your body to, do some physical activities and move around? If you are just seated, and all you do is just being on the screen and being on the screen all the time, it will definitely affect you, and this may also lead to fatigue. So we really need to be very careful about this kind of addiction on social media, because when now it gets to affecting your body, when now it gets to affecting your sleeping pattern, which is a very important aspect of a human being, when it gets to affecting your relationships, then it means it is something that you really need to wake up and work on so that you better yourself and be a better person and a better version of yourself. Allow me to stop there with the signs and symptoms of social media addiction, and stay tuned for more, because in our next we are going to tackle a very sensitive aspect of the addiction, and you cannot afford to miss on that one. Stay tuned for more. See you in my next video. Ciao.